I'm posting this video because most of you would rather watch a video than read an article that was posted on your timeline or what have you. But this video is mainly in response to current events such as Michael Bloomberg's calling for the ban of all weapons, and the Obama administration signing the UN Small Arms Treaty tomorrow on the 27th. I'm going to read you an article that was made in 1902. It's House Resolution 11654, also known as the Dick Act. And this pretty much validates your possession, the right to bear and own all arms. Let me pull it up here. Alright, most of it applies to National Guard, but a lot of it applies to militia, and any able-bodied male 18 to 45 falls under that category. It's called the Efficiency of Militia Bill, H.R. 11654. It was ratified on June 28, 1902, also known as the Dick Act of 1902. Reliance on or the reference to the Efficiency of the Militia Bill, H.R. 11654, on June 28, 1902, the Dick Act of 1902, and the cause of Second Amendment support has not been made in many a year. The current social climate and continuing research by many subsequent to the Supreme Court ruling in District of Columbia versus Heller, the substantial victory for Second Amendment advocates. The Heller decision is not the end-all answer, and so the legal searches and arguments go on in a climate of fear-driven. They're out to get our guns. The resurgence of interest in this 1902 statute and its possible exploration and application in this matter in future court cases is real and not without some merit. And this is posted on the website. I'll give you the link. But how many Americans are aware of the Dick Act? Knowledge is power. Alright, this is actually found in the Library of Congress. It's pretty hard to find on Wikipedia or any of that stuff, but it's it's valid. Alright, the Dick Act of 1902, also known as the Efficiency of Militia Bill, H.R. 11654, invalidates all so-called gun control laws. It also divides the militia into three distinct and separate entities. Alright, now pay attention to this. Most of this applies to National Guard, but like I said before, the militia part is what you need to pay attention to, because any civilian on American soil can fall under a militia category if need be. The three classes H.R. 11654 provides for are the organized militia, henceforth known as the National Guard of the State, Territory, and District of Columbia, the unorganized militia, and the regular army. The militia encompasses every able-bodied male between ages 18 and 45. All members of the unorganized militia have the absolute personal right and Second Amendment right to keep and bear arms of any type, and as many as they can afford to buy. The Dick Act of 1902 cannot be repealed. To do so would violate bills of attainder and ex post facto laws, which would be yet another gross violation of the U.S. Constitution and the Bill of Rights. The President of the United States has zero authority without violating the Constitution to call the National Guard to serve outside of their state borders. Alright, now this is going to go into the National Guard, but that last paragraph that I read right there tells you right there that any able-bodied male 18 to 45 has the personal and Second Amendment right to keep and bear arms of any type, and that right cannot be infringed upon. Okay, this is a bill made in 1902, and they're still infringing upon your rights. You might ask, how does this apply to you today? Well, with the UN Small Arms Treaty being signed and this bullshit about Bloomberg calling to confiscate all weapons based off of scare tactics and false flag operations like the recent Aurora shit, you can kind of see how this is starting to fall into place and why this act is actually important in defending your rights. I'm going to continue reading. A lot more of it is based off the National Guard and the militia, but National Guard and militia can only be required by the national government for limited purposes specific in the Constitution to uphold the laws of the Union, to suppress insurrection, and repel invasion. These are the only purposes for which the general government can call upon the National Guard. Attorney General Wickersham advised President Taft the organized militia and the National Guard cannot be employed for offensive warfare outside the limits of the United States. The Honorable William Gordon, in a speech of the House on Thursday, October 4, 1917, proved that the action of President Wilson in ordering the organized militia to fight a war in Europe as so blatantly unconstitutional he felt Wilson ought to have been impeached. Alright, so this tells you, that right there tells you, granted, you know, this is on National Guard, that in 1917, people were taking this act so seriously that, you know, they wanted to, they thought Wilson should have been impeached for violating this act, which, if it applies to the National Guard, and it says right in the act that it applies to militia and regular civilians within the United States, you know, it should still be taken seriously. Let me skip through all this because you probably don't want to hear a bunch of it. Yeah, there's not much else. You can look it up and read it yourself. I'm just posting this video to gain your attention towards it. How I feel that this affects us is, I swore an oath to defend the Constitution against enemies, both foreign and domestic. And what we have right now are domestic enemies. You know, they say the Second Amendment, all these gun advocates and all these people that are trying to ban guns are saying, oh, no, you know, we'll allow you your right to hunt and do target practice. Motherfucker, the Second Amendment is not there for me to hunt. If I want to hunt, I can use a bow. Right? The Second Amendment there is to prevent tyranny in American soil. And all these progressives and everybody are getting on board with this bullshit, and it's completely disgusting. Let me see if I had any other bullets I wanted to talk about.